right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the fucking DEGREELESSNESS Mode podcast, the most unhinged video game podcast in the known fucking universe. I'm your host, Shanghai Pete. With me, as always, is my best boy, Bobby Bao.
What's up, y'all? It's episode 2, bitches. Attack of the motherfucker. Attack of your dick.
Exactly.
So, okay, something that I wanted to mention right out the gate. Since we are now jumping into the realm of online entertainment, I want to know if you're familiar with Hot Ones.
Say that again. Hot what?
Hot Ones.
I don't think so.
Dude, it's the show with hot wings and even hotter questions. It's the show where they sit down with celebrities. This fucking amazing interviewer, shout out to Sean Evans, who sits down with celebrities, and as they eat 10 different hot wings with progressively hotter sauces, and the questions become so honest and real because by the end they are eating like beyond ghost pepper. Like we're talking like 1 million Scoville units, and they're dying. We're talking about people like, dude, Neil deGrasse Tyson was on that shit. Gary Vee was on that shit. Charlize Theron was on that shit.
Also, by the way,
dude, Neil deGrasse Tyson was amazing, killed it. So, something very interesting. The rapper Logic. Logic is fucking awesome.
He's very fucking awesome. He just got divorced. Which shout out to him. I'm sorry, dude.
Did he really?
Yeah, he just got divorced.
That's so sad.
But apparently it was very civil, very amicable. So big ups to both of them for being mature and being awesome.
Well, sorry, Logic. It's too bad. Well, what I will say about Logic is check it out. So,
you should see his quote about it on his IG. He basically friend zoned his own wife. Yeah, he friend zoned his own wife. It was either a move of unparalleled tactical brilliance or utter stupidity. We'll see.
That's too bad because he spoke very highly of her on that Hot Ones. But all right, enough about Logic's wife. Let me get to where this is going.
Yeah.
So on Hot Ones, so Sean asked him, he was like, look, you said that you're very inspired by video game music. What would you say is the greatest video game soundtrack of all time? And I was waiting for him to say some bullshit. And I was thinking one game, just one game. I was thinking one game on mine. And he was like, you know what I would have to say? I'd have to say Chrono Trigger.
Oh, wow.
Chrono Trigger. He fucking said Chrono Trigger. And then he was like, maybe this or this. And he was like, no, Chrono Trigger. So I thought that was pretty fucking incredible.
I like that, but at the same time, are we really handing out accolades to people for merely being aware of Chrono Trigger? I mean, there's been a PC release now that we talked about last time.
Oh,
there has been a DS release. There has been an iOS release. In addition to the old the PlayStation version that they put out. So like, are we really giving accolades to people for knowing about this?
I mean, I think so. I think that the game is still so niche. It's a classic, and I think that a lot of people today would look at this game and write it off immediately because it doesn't look like, fucking PUBG. And also, let's see, how old is fucking Logic too? That's the other thing.
I think he's around our age, maybe a little younger.
Dude, Logic 1990, which means when did Chrono Trigger come out? 95?
Yeah, it was actually very late in the Super Nintendo release cycle. I would say 95, maybe 94 in Japan, but almost definitely 95 in the US.
Yeah, so I'm getting distracted by all these headlines. He must have just broke up with her. Yeah, she's pretty attractive, and he looks like Mr. Potato Head. Yeah, poor Lots. Logic. Oh, man. All right, so, yeah, I mean, that's I thought that was pretty interesting. So, yes, I do think it's important for people to be aware of Chrono Trigger. I mean, it's one of the greatest games of all time. Like, if I had to pick only one game, if I could pick only one game I could ever play again, I would very easily be entertained by Chrono Trigger forever.
Okay, what about World of Warcraft?
That's different. That's way different. That's such
Is it though? Because I realized recently I realized that I didn't, not that I ever really vocalized this kind of stuff, but in my head, I kept World of Warcraft in a separate category when I think about my top 5 favorite games. I keep World of Warcraft.
Yeah, it is, because it goes back and forth between being the best and the worst. Some of at moments, it has been fucking awful, dude. Kata?
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
Kata?
I mean, dude, you're just lucky that you were done with it by the time Warlords of Draenor dropped. I mean...
I don't think... I played... Wait, was that after Legion?
No, it was the one right before Legion.
And I did play Legion, though. I jumped in and played Legion at launch and got my character all up to whatever the max level was at Legion, and then I quit again. Yeah, I jumped in on fucking Legion, dude. Or did I jump in on what? I'm pretty sure I jumped in on Legion.
Dude, Legion was the one that takes place in the Broken Isles with the Legion invasion and shit like that. And the new hub is Dalaran.
I did the one that was right after the Garrisons.
Garrisons were Warlords of Draenor.
So I jumped in and I did Legion, dude. I totally did Legion. I did Legion where they revived fucking Dow. I definitely played Legion, and I got fucking lapped all the way up to max level.
Was I playing with you? I don't feel like I was.
I don't think you were playing. I think you quit. Can I get onto Armory without log? Can you get onto Armory and check?
Yeah, go to battle.net. Actually,
but I have to fucking log in, dude. I gotta remember what my login is.
I'm doing it right now. Fuckface.
Oh my god, we could do. What the fuck is Hearthstone? The Witchwood. They've got enough. Man,
that's the new expansion, dude.
I fell off hardcore on Hearthstone, man. Hardcore. WoW Armory. Okay. What?
You don't even have to log in. Just click the search, and what do you?
Oh, I don't.
What do you lap at my clan with 2 P's?
Yeah, with 2 stupid P's. Lip. Hey, lip. What? No results.
No results.
Is that because I haven't logged in a while?
No. Did they flag you for a rename again, and as a result, the original name doesn't show up?
No way. No way. I bet it's just because I haven't logged in a while. How's there no results?
No, dude. If you, what the fuck? How is this possible? This is.
I shouldn't search some of these names. Dude, none of my characters are coming up at all. It's probably because I don't have an active account.
Oh, that's probably why, because you don't have an active account. Because I just searched for I just searched for a paladin of mine that includes the word in its name, and it's right here.
Yeah, no, lap is fine. Well, whatever. I got up to like 110 or whatever the fucking top level was. And so WoW, dude, the thing about WoW is I grinded all the way up and I had a great time doing it. And then when I was done, I was like, I'm over it. It's
possible that I was not playing then, because in the beginning of Legion, I started playing it. I leveled up to max level, and then I quit it and went back to private servers for like maybe as much as 5 months before I got in touch with the old dudes from Despair, and then we got the guild back together and started raiding again.
I think that's what you were doing. I think you were doing that, and I was just grinding up solo because it was just awesome. I forget what were the gimmicks of Legion. Oh, the artifact weapons.
Yes, the gimmicks were the class order hall and the artifact weapons. As a warrior, you were probably in like that Odin Valhalla type shit.
Yes, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever. Okay.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, you have to be social and shit in order to get the most out of WoW. WoW is the best if you're playing with a group. Soloing WoW is fun for a little while, and then it gets tiresome. And unless I'm trolling people and just being a fucking asshole, I get sick of it. So I would get bored of playing WoW. And then, of course, it's like, what server am I on? What expansion is it? Am I going to have to sit there and deal with their bullshit forever? If I play Chrono Trigger, I know exactly what I'm going to get at all times, and I could become the greatest Chrono Trigger player of all time if that's the only game I could ever play forever.
That's a fair point. That's definitely a fair point. And again, that I guess that explains why I keep putting WoW in a separate category from the rest of my top 5. Which is actually, it's an interesting segue into something I want to at least bring up with you. What are your feelings on the announcement of Classic WoW?
I mean, I need to know the details. Details are everything. What are they going to include, and what are they not going to include? Well, what patch are we talking? They're not going to have fucking Tauren with that, what was it, planes running or whatever? When Tauren didn't mount, they just like ran really fast.
Yeah, which was fucking completely broken for any number of reasons. But
like, are they really going to expect us to get 40 people together to do AQ? Because that's not going to happen.
Yes, they are. They absolutely.
They're going to have Dungeon Finger. Look, if they have Dungeon Finger,
they're not going to. They're not going to have Dungeon Finger. That's the whole point.
Is that confirmed?
Yes. The whole point, a lot is not confirmed, which is what people are very upset about. But what they have confirmed is that vanilla will be vanilla. And that is a direct quote from the game director. Like, they're not trying. But the point is, you're not, like, there already is retail WoW for people who like retail WoW features. Why would you by trying to inject retail WoW features into Classic WoW, you're only going to turn off the people that you're trying to capture by releasing Classic WoW to begin with?
I just want to know, what was the max of the certain Notarius or whatever? What was the max? Notarius. What was the max concurrent players?
But when they got shut down, there was over 10,000 people concurrent playing. and over like something
Okay.
and something over 3 million accounts.
And how many players play concurrently on an average official server?
That information is not available, but it's not officially available, I should say. But the general assumption has been that Blizzard designed the game around having about 2,000 concurrent players on every server.
Holy shit. What?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, that's
Okay,
calling
so
me
basically
impressed.
what we're getting down to is the announcement of Classic WoW is not something that really gets your gears turning.
No, it doesn't, because when I played it, I was, I don't know, like 21 or something, and I was taking a lot of Adderall, living with a girl who was also taking a lot of Adderall and playing it with me, and we just would sit there for 12 to 15 hours at a clip grinding together in the same room. So sitting there, collecting a party, grinding up to go and run WC or fucking run Mara for 6 hours was worth it. Whereas now, dude, I do not have the patience to even put a group together, let alone run for 6 hours and fucking wipe on trash. Oh, no. God, sick pulls is my life.
That's an interesting opinion, because there's a lot. This is also what I feel like makes this whole thing entertaining, is that there are many, many things to which we see directly eye to eye on, and there are also an equal number of things that our opinions are completely opposite. And this
WoW's definitely one of them.
WoW's definitely one of them. You love all the features in retail, and I fucking hate it. So that's interesting.
Wait, what do I like and you fucking hate? You dropped for a sec.
You're very into all the quality of life features and all the features in retail WoW, all the modern features, the convenient shit. And whereas I fucking hate it.
Yeah, because I mean, I appreciate all that vanilla stuff, but like, I did it. I'm over it. Like, it just doesn't. I like the idea of running. I would like to be able to switch it and do a run like that, but like, ugh. It's like, I don't have the time. Dude, I don't have the patience. I mean, if I have like 6 hours to sit and play a game, I want to like get some enjoyment out of it and not sit there. I mean, if you're playing with a guild and people you like and you're on fucking Vent or Discord or whatever the like chat du jour is, that's that's much more enjoyable. But like, ugh, I don't know. I'm just like, dude, again, I haven't played WoW in like since Legion came out. It was like August or September 2016. I got it at launch, and I played it solid until I hit max level. And then I played a little more, and I really don't remember much of what was going on in that game. I was probably pretty fucked up. I don't really remember.
Yeah, I can only assume that I was as well. I'm shocked that I was not playing it when you were. But I mean, again, shit. You're also we got to move on to something else, because I'm almost getting triggered by the way you're talking about Classic WoW. So we have to move on.
Yeah, right. First of all, I've been thinking a lot more about getting a Switch since you mentioned that.
Thank God. I played back the bit where you can. That's something maybe we want to release as a bonus feature or something at some point down the line. You can hear the moment that it dawns on you how fantastic the Switch is.
Yeah, well, I mean, I really want to play
hear it
fucking
in your voice. It's unbelievable.
Octomom,
it's very special.
Pretty bad. It sounds so fucking good, and it comes out July 13th.
Oh yeah, it's coming out soon.
What is it? Octomom Pile Driver? Octopath Traveler. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
So that game comes out July 13th on Switch, and that'll be just shy of a month after I get back, which is just enough time for me to tuck aside like 400 bones and like another 400 for a fucking TV. But I have to get that for a computer anyway, so a TV is a must.
You
That's
also
a
would.
definite buy.
But you wouldn't need a TV if you had a Switch.
Yeah, but I told you I want to move. Like, I'm trying to live that high style life. I want to have like a decent TV. Part of the reason I haven't played shit on a decent TV is because I haven't had a decent TV of my own ever. Not since I had that fucking Magnavox when I was playing WoW.
Oh, and that one
years ago.
That one died. We were very sad when that died. I remember.
Yeah, that bit that does. Holy shit, we were using that in the factory loft.
In the original factory, that was the main TV in the spy den, dude.
Right, it still worked, and then it just bit the dust one day.
Yeah, it just we couldn't get to turn on and grab a signal. I don't know what it was, but dude, you seriously,
there was some issue with the power.
Yeah, you have no excuse. I told you recently. I bought a 50-inch 4K UHD smart TV for $350.
Yeah, dude, that is perfect, and it's nice.
Dude, it's beyond fucking gorgeous. It's a smart TV, so it has Roku built in, it has Plex built in, YouTube, Netflix. Plus, you can add any Roku channel you want. So, like, I have like the American Weed streaming channel, which is just fucking streaming webcam footage of people's weed gardens.
Yeah, remember we used to have that running on the TV.
Yeah,
sometimes
that's because we had that Roku.
Room?
Yeah, because we had a Roku stick in the old crib.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, I like that.
Can you buy a Switch in Poland? You can buy Switches in Poland, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's, I mean, in theory, I could use it cross-platform, but I have to get a power converter to use it in the US, which is kind of annoying. But, like, also, I'm just like, whatever.
my buddy, like, whatever. What do you do when you're not at work? How do you not play video games and shit?
Well, actually, it's very funny. Well, first of all, I've been playing a lot of chess recently, a ton. And so the last couple days, though, I have an old iPad sitting around that my mom's had. It's like an ancient iPad 2 running iOS 9. And I dug it out, and it turns out that my old copy of Faster Than Light does run on it. So the last few days, I've been watching Friends from episode 1 and playing Faster Than Motherfucking Light, which is so amazing. And I haven't played it in about 2 years, so it's practically a fresh experience. That game is spectacular. I don't think you'd hate it. I just don't think that I don't think you'd get a kick out of it. I don't think you'd hate it like you'd hate like trying to be forced to play something like The Binding of Isaac or like Spelunky. But I just don't think that Faster Than Light just isn't really your thing. But God, that game is good. You know, are you familiar with it at all?
Yeah, of course. I'm familiar with it.
So good.
I'm familiar enough with it to know exactly how much I would not like it.
Yeah, it's just not your thing. I mean, it's just such a hardcore strategy tactical game that's so punishing if you don't play it exactly right. If you know what you're doing, like, you know, it's good. But if you stop for a second. So for example, I didn't pause it yesterday, and I went to go like make a sandwich or something, and all of a sudden I hear beep, 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 and by the time I walk fucking 6 feet back to the fucking iPad, and all my dudes are dead because it turned out that I left myself in a system where it had shut off the oxygen, and all my dudes suffocated because I didn't realize the oxygen system had no power to it.
Which exactly is the exact kind of thing that you would appreciate, and I'd be like, fuck this.
Yeah, it pissed me off, but I was like, all right, well, I'm never doing that again. Never walking away from it without it being paused again. Plus, I like to think as I get older, I get considerably smarter. I mean, everything else is failing me. Everything else is failing, but I am getting smarter as I get older. Somehow. I don't know how. My brain is turning into a sponge. My whole body is collapsing, but I am able to do things. So, for example, I kind of know how the game works, but I forgot a shitload. I did much better my first run. I got at least all the way to the final boss on my very first run in years. Basically having no idea how to play the game once again. Just barely kind of remembering, oh, yeah, okay, I sort of remember this thing and this thing. So that was pretty satisfying. But, yeah, dude, the next thing. So from Fast and Light, I mentioned this earlier, Into the Breach. This game just came out on February 27th. Open up, go to Steam and just search Into the Breach. Into the Breach, it's from the people who did Fast and Light. It's a 2D pixel art 8x8 grid TAC RPG with roguelike elements where you control like 3 mechs on an 8x8 grid fighting these like giant bugs. And it looks
I'm looking at it.
Fucking hot.
This is the exact kind of thing that you fucking love. And I would just look at it and be like, dude, I'm not playing on this fucking square for hours. I'm not doing that.
and I look at that and I'm like, oh my God, I can't imagine how many hours I could spend at this square.
Oh, yeah. Oh, dude.
The graphics are just amazing. It looks like a little Warhammer diorama.
I mean, yeah, it absolutely does. And that appeals to me. But for me, most of the video games that I really like is all about immersion for me, and you know, in story, and just basically getting completely lost in some other world, which is why I like RPGs, good shooters, why I like classic WoW better than retail WoW, all that kind of shit. And you have a much more sort of mechanics focused approach to video games, I feel like.
Oh yeah, that's why I like to spam start whenever a cutscene shows up.
Well,
I just can't. I can't be asked. That's why I'm so glad I played games like the Metal Gear series when I was younger and had the patience to watch the cutscene, so I know what happened. Because today when I play it, I'm like, nope.
Yeah, it's funny.
Nope.
Yeah, going back over games
like, no.
like that, especially Metal Gear. I was playing 2 semi recently, and now that you mention it, yeah, like those cutscenes are so long. I have no idea how you ever even got through them the first time.
I loved it back then. I thought it was so engaging, but it also was very new. Like dudes talking and shit. Like really, I mean, even Metal Gear Solid 3 at that point, how many games were even out then that had that much story?
Not much, I don't think, with the exception of shit. I'm obviously like FF10 and like crap like that.
I mean, that wasn't like a hardcore RPG. And FF10 was revolutionary at the time for having that much spoken dialogue. I mean, really,
That's
at
true.
that
It was
point,
it was one of the first games, period, that had that much spoken dialogue. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, that much, yeah, because almost everything was voiced except for like super random NPCs. And FF10 and MGS2 came out within a month of each other, I want to say. And
wow, is that true?
I mean,
MGS2 was
yes.
almost like a launch title for the PS2. Like I remember, I was
it
still
came out a year later.
A year later? Oh, well, that's probably because I only got a PS2. I could only afford one like a year after it came out.
Right? Yeah, I got a PS2. Right around then. That's when all the games came out, dude. That FF10.
There was
MGS2,
the memory card shortage when I got mine. I remember
GTA
that.
3. Well, the memory card shortage was pretty early on, but it actually went for a while, dude. MGS2, GTA 3, Final Fantasy X, all at once. It's no wonder the PS2 blew the fuck up. Those 3 games alone hit every different aspect you could want, and to this day, all 3 of those are dope fucking games.
Yeah. I mean, I can't really. That's very true. But now, just because we bring up Metal Gear Solid, we shied away from this before, and I want to hit it head on right now.
Oh God!
Yes, Metal Gear Solid.
Son of a bitch! The Twin Sticks.
The Twin Sticks. This has been at the top of my list of things to corner you with.
Oh man. Okay, so. All right, I got a couple issues with Twin Snakes.
Lay 'em on me.
First,
just to be clear, I am a big fan of Twin Snakes. You, not so much.
All right, full disclosure here. I have never played Twin Snakes to completion. I think that makes me not able to be fully partial, because it's possible that if I got a GameCube today, which, by the way, is something I really, really want to do, really want a GameCube. If I got a GameCube today...
I'll Venmo you $15. Go have a blast.
Yeah, it's too bad. One thing that I'll really miss from my old apartment was, I don't know if you know this, but dude, I had like a 37-inch flat screen CRT in that apartment. Did you know that?
I think you told me that at some point. Yeah, when you started saying 37-inch using that tone of voice, I was like, dude, a 37-inch TV is not something that's impressive enough to warrant that tone of voice. But then you finished and ended,
CRT,
and ended by
dude.
saying it was a CRT, and I was like, holy shit, you must have needed
God.
a small army just to move that into your apartment.
No, well, that's why I don't remember who moved it in there, but that's why I left it.
Well,
when I moved out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for Super Nintendo, there was absolutely nothing better.
Oh my god, absolutely nothing better. Holy shit.
Need a CRT. You probably still need a CRT to play. Oh, well, actually, GameCube had composite outs, didn't it? You could get composite cables for GameCube.
We had composite cables for our GameCube.
All right. All right, so Twin Snakes. First of all, the voice acting. The fact that they redid all the voices, and it pisses me off. Like, all right, maybe Mei Ling's voice was a little racist in the original one. Like, legendary Solid Snake? Like, like that's a little bit racist. But I mean, they really whitewashed her. Really, I mean, come on. Her name was Mei Ling. They whitewashed her hard,
dude.
I feel like I remember feeling like the way it felt was really weird. I thought that integrating the first person like that, although there was MGS Integral in Japan, which did have first person where you could actually shoot in first person, I felt like it changed the whole, like, all the gameplay. Like, things like a lot of those fights, like Vulcan Raven, was so much harder because you couldn't see where that motherfucker was while you shot.
Well,
you have to go into first-person view and shoot.
The gameplay, a lot of the gameplay, especially in that game, relied on the mechanics of the camera angles.
Dude, yes. Okay, now that I'm talking about this, I'm realizing that I'm having very much less negative to say about it than I thought I would. I remember feeling really shitty about it, but maybe in my old age, I'd feel a lot better. I also really, thing that I didn't like at the time, but I might like a lot more now, is the PAL keys. The fact that for those who don't know, in the original Metal Gear Solid, there's a segment at the end where you have to get three. Well, isn't it one card key? You take one card key, and then you have to make it alternatingly hot and then cold.
Yes.
And this requires you to backtrack through half the fucking game twice in order to do this.
Yeah.
It's so fucking stupid. MGS Twin Snakes removes the need for that entirely because it has two pipes in the room with Metal Gear Rex. One hot, one cold. You just heat it on the pipe, bring it into the room. Cool it on the pipe, bring it to the room. Bickety bam, you're done. So now, while I say that, I mean, I think that's kind of great. Like, for me, that's kind of great. Even watching a speed run of that game, that aspect of it is like, we have some time for donations. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, now that I'm saying this, I'm kind of feeling like an asshole because I have this real grudge against it, but that's all. Mei Ling's voice is really the thing that I think the worst about on this.
It's funny that that's the first thing you mentioned because that is one of the things I had forgotten are different in Twin Snakes.
Oh yeah, the fact that it's I think just in general it threw me that it's a full voice re-recording. But today, I mean, like some of those lines, the inflection is just like it's ingrained in my head. But
yes,
would I really fucking care today? Would I really care? Like, I'm going to spam start through the whole thing anyway. Would I really care? Also, are you really going to aim with the GameCube nubbin?
Oh, the nubbin. Jesus Christ.
Are you going to aim with the GameCube nubbin? Dude, the C-stick, which was fucking rad for Smash Brothers, sucked ass for pretty much everything else.
Yeah. I remember we were playing Time Splitters 2 on that fucking controller, and it was a nightmare.
Oh my god, I can't believe we played FPSs with that controller.
Which is ironic.
That is bananas.
This is ironic because it's actually that controller, and I think it was Time Splitters 2 that converted me from only playing shooters on a PC with a mouse and keyboard to being, for the first time, capable of playing them with a dual sort of joystick setup. If you can even stretch and call a C-stick a fucking joystick, which I mean, like, I guess it is, but it's a stretch. It's a stretch.
It's so not. it's so not. It's meant for it's C for fucking camera and for come on, this is really just a nipple.
Yeah, I mean,
like
that's true.
It's so dumb. Okay. I mean,
But aside from the C-stick sort of debacle and Mei Ling getting whitewashed to fucking oblivion.
Yeah, really.
And what was the other thing you brought up? The first-person shooting ability.
Which kind of is, I mean, in theory, it's game-breaking because the game is not designed for you. The game is designed for you to not be able to see enemies and shoot them at the same time. It's designed for you to be at that handicap where, yes, I can see this dude across the fucking hangar, but I can't cap him unless I'm amazing.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, and I definitely agree with that the gameplay was designed around that. But is it really game-breaking? Because I feel like if it was, it would have completely trivialized the difficulty or pretty much any challenge in Twin Snakes. And
I don't know.
That is not the case.
Or
are we just not good enough for that for us to take advantage of that?
I gotta try it. I'm really fucking good at Metal Gear now. Back then, I mean, that was when, holy shit, that was like, what, 2002? Not even, 2003 maybe? Twin Snakes came out?
It was 2 or 3. It was 2 or 3, because we were playing that in Wilton together.
Yeah.
And if we were in Wilton, that means that was before we
Twin Snakes
moved to the other house.
Came out in March 2004, so it was right before we moved.
It came out in March 2000. Holy shit! We must have that must have been the last thing we played.
Yeah. Oh my God! Wow.
I know it was sometime in the beginning of April that we moved into that new house.
I think the issue also that I had was that at the time I thought the great GameCube graphics were so clean, and I missed that gritty, disgusting PS1 look that I think to this day is one of the most spectacular looks of any console.
It's great, but it's also not intended by any of the artists. Usually, it's just a side effect of the fucking.
It's not meant to look like fucking absolute garbage, but it does, and it makes PS1 so charming. I love PS1. Silent Hill 1, Vagrant motherfucking Story, Final Fantasy Tactics. Not 7 though. 7 just looks like crap all around.
However, and I agree with you on that, but Final Fantasy 8 looks fantastic.
Amazing. Also has that wonderful grit to it. Absolutely beautiful. Final Fantasy 8, beautiful. 9, beautiful. 7 looks too much like Playmobil. I mean, don't get me wrong. Pre-rendered backgrounds are amazing, but they're pre-rendered. It still has that grit. 7, super sick game. Great. But the characters are just too polygonal and blocky to have that. They don't have that it's the textures. It's not the models, it's the textures. Everyone focuses on the fucking models of those characters. It's not the models, it's the textures. And there is no texture.
Lack of texture.
They're just colored.
They're colors.
Colored. Yeah, it's like a slight gradient color and everything. It's just garbage compared to something like Vagrant Story where everything is color.
To be fair, they are in like that super deformed style, which I personally fucking hate. And I don't think that did that game any favors at all. I mean, sure, the models weren't as much of a problem as the fact that there was pretty much zero textures anywhere. But I mean, like, come on, you look at Cloud's hands, and they basically they're like big fucking rectangles. I mean, they're not. There's barely any semblance of a model there. It's a stretch to call those things models, in my opinion.
Right. But no, I agree.
That also, have you seen that that video of the tech demo for FF7 running on the N64?
What? Maybe?
Yeah. And I think that might be at least part of the reason, is because it initially started off life as a tech demo on the N64.
Let's see here. Oh God, it actually looks dope though. It looks like a piece of shit, but it looks dope. I don't know. For some reason, this is more acceptable to me. Maybe because I know N64 did get beyond this, but I don't know. N64's graphics were just so off.
It did not get far off that. I mean, it got past it a little bit, but not far, dude. Not far.
No, it didn't get far. I mean, what was the best looking N64 game? Mischief Makers? Sin and Punishment. Sin and Punishment was the best looking N64 game.
Yeah, or some people would probably say GoldenEye or something too.
GoldenEye looks like absolute fucking dog shit.
Yes,
dude.
It does.
Look at Sin and Punishment. Dude, look at a screenshot of Sin and Punishment right now and look at GoldenEye and tell me that first of all, Sin and Punishment was one of the last N64 games. Dude, Sin and Punishment is, I know you watched me play that obsessively. And make sure you're not looking at not the one for Wii.
Well, yes.
Dude, Sin and Punishment looks it looks way more like a PlayStation game. I mean, it still looks like shit if you're considering.
It really kind of does, actually. It really does.
It looks more like a PS1 game. It looks like an arcade game. It looks almost like a Naomi board game.
Yeah. It is pretty impressive, but
oh God, they still look horrifying. It's like everyone is like rictus grin of fucking, what is it? Natalia from GoldenEye, Natasha, some shit like that.
I don't even remember. I never played fucking GoldenEye. I refused to play that shit.
I played so much.
I looked at that fucking thing
GoldenEye.
and I took one look at that N64 controller and I was like, yeah, I'm good with my fucking computer. Thank you.
Oh my God, no, dude. We played so much. Because it was the multiplayer that changed the game. It was the fact that people who had never played first-person shooters before all of a sudden were diehard about death matching all day, and we could just scream at each other in the same room and get furious and hate everything. It was awesome.
Totally awesome, yes. But what year did hold on. What year did that
I would guess like 97, maybe 98. I'll tell you this, GoldenEye at the time seemed like some kind of interloper or whatever, but in retrospect, it was a pioneer of the first-person shooter multiplayer genre.
It absolutely was, yes. but mostly because it was doing that what PCs had done for years, literally on a console. That was why.
It made it accessible, dude. Playing multiplayer then was tough.
Accessibility is a big deal.
It was not easy. I believe at that time I was still playing Doom on Dwango, bro.
No, you might have been doing that, but in 1997, also let's remember, 1997 is when the original Half-Life came out. And
no, it's not. I'm sorry, Half-Life came out in like May '99, dude.
Really? I was thinking maybe 98. Maybe 98. Maybe this might be really embarrassing for me right now. Hold on.
Half-Life came out in 90 motherfucking 9.
Did you just confirm that?
No. I'm just throwing the gauntlet down. You're saying 98, I'm saying 99. Let's find out. Half-Life. All right, November 19th, 1998. Fine. All right. That's much later than whatever you fucking said, though.
It's the same distance. I initially said 97 and then corrected to maybe 98, and you said 99. We were the same.
I said May 99.
Oh, fuck you. All right, we were about the same amount away. Anyway, that's not the point. That's not the point. The point is that
when did I get that shit?
When GoldenEye came out, I'd been playing the original Quake on PC and Quake 16-player deathmatch for over a year and a half. And
right.
And again, I'm not saying that it was not that GoldenEye was not a hugely important video game, and that the accessibility to deathmatch multiplayer shooters and stuff like that are brought to consoles, and thus a huge, much wider audience than a PC could ever manage at that time, was not significant. It absolutely was. I'm just saying, me as a PC gamer at the time and a longtime PC gamer, I looked at that and it literally looked like it was like generations worth of steps backwards.
It was garbage.
I
mean, we were still at a point then where consoles were way before PC. But tell me this: what would the reason be why I would not have been able to play multiplayer? Remember, at the time, if I'm not mistaken, I only had the Quake shareware.
Multiplayer Quake. The reason is because everybody's like, oh, 16-player deathmatch, it was awesome, the craziest thing ever. What people don't remember or realize is that usually, for the most part, only worked over a fucking LAN. If you tried to use a 28.8 dial-up modem, which I'm pretty sure were the most common dial-up modem speeds around at that time, we were still at that point, not a lot of, obviously 56K modems were out, but not a lot of people had them. And the only thing in between 28.8 and 56K was the very, very bizarre and niche 33.6
33.6, which I had, baby.
Which if you were a real fucking G, you had a 33.6.
I had that shit.
Yeah, me too.
My God.
But most people still either had
awesome.
most people still had a 28.8 if they had anything. You had to be real fucking lucky if you had a fucking 56K modem.
Yeah, 33.6. No, I didn't get a 56K until 1999.
Yeah,
and then I could pull down 2 megabyte MP3s in like a half an hour. It was incredible.
Yeah, it was fucking unbelievable. But if you tried to play even a 2-player Quake deathmatch over a 28.8 or even a 33.6 modem in 1996, you were you were not having a good time. It was borderline unplayable. The lag was so bad. Playing Quake under those conditions back then was like controlling your character on a fucking ice skating rink. The lag was so fucking terrible. Right. It was completely
So how are
unplayable.
You playing it?
I was playing it at school in the computer lab.
Okay, so it was a cultural thing. Amazingly, no, I'm serious. Isn't it insane to consider that even though where you and I grew up, to most people, and even today would be considered to be the exact same place, even separated by, 10 miles?
It was 20 miles? It was about 40 minutes drive time on the highway, whatever that was.
So it couldn't have been 40 miles apart. Let me just check real quick.
I bet those were about 30 miles apart, dude, at least.
You might be right.
Dude, think about it. You had to go from
30. Dude, it's what? All right, if you take 107, it's 19.5 miles. If you take 84, it's 27 miles.
Okay, yeah. So
between 20 and 30 miles, but either way, 20 and 30 miles is nothing. I mean, people who are 20 miles away from where I lived in Chicago would say they live in Chicago. So my point being that culturally where you were, there was like LAN culture, and where I was, there was not. I went to another school, and then there was LAN party culture. But then by that point, it was high school. We had like Half-Life, we had matchmaking, we had things. I mean, that was even past GameSpy. What were we using to do matchmaking on Half-Life then? It wasn't even the internal Half-Life.
Kali?
No, I guess it was probably GameSpy or GameSpy Arcade.
Yeah, but I mean, also dude, there was mad D-Wango shit everywhere, dude, for a while.
Wango sucked ass, and I could only use it in
Yeah,
DOS.
it sucked ass.
I only used it in DOS, and it was terrible. And I remember like flirting with girls over Dwango, who, in retrospect, had to be old men.
They absolutely had to be. There's not a single chance that there was any of those people that you were talking to that said they were girls were female.
Sure. I was probably like 9 years old, and I was like, oh, 15M New York. And they were like, ooh, 17F California. And I was probably like, jackpot.
Yeah. It was they were all always from California, too. It was all 17F Cali.
17F Cali. Jesus Christ. Oh, the irony being, if anybody tried to come to me today and said 17F Cali, I would run as far away as possible.
Yeah, no shit, right?
Like, Jesus Christ. Oh, God. Boy, the times they are changing. That's so stupid. So, yeah, okay, so that's the issue. So you have to play in so yes, but on the flip side, yes, you had to play GoldenEye on the same screen, but you're playing the computer lab. I mean, I don't know. We were sitting, like, at someone's house at a fucking sleepover, and, like, if we had known any better, if it were today, we would be getting fucking hammered. But back then, everyone was so scared of getting fucked up. They're like, oh, my God. Oh, if I have, like, 2 marijuanas, I'm going to die and I'll never go to college.
Well, that's because we grew up in a small forest town and we're only exposed to DARE programs and nothing else until by fate would have it, circumstance, we stumbled across a joint one day.
Right. DARE to teach kids about all the drugs they've been missing out on.
Yes, seriously.
Yeah, so that's the issue. So GoldenEye was so accessible. And, the N64 controller was also, like, many kids did not, like, they weren't familiar with mouse and PC. They weren't familiar. I mean, dude, even me playing fucking FPSs, Quake was the first one I played that used a mouse like that, because when I played Doom, I used the arrow keys and control, dude.
Oh, dude. Oh, I absolutely did too.
Right hand for movement? What?
Yes. And, dude, do you know that the most of the reason that people had to do that back then was because if you didn't have like a very top line computer, which almost no one did back then because they were literally like $5,000. So we were usually probably gaming on like a 386 33 fucking DX or some shit like that with like 2 megabytes of RAM at the most. Like 50 megabyte hard drives, crap like that. So in order to play most games back then, you had to use what was called a boot disk.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Yeah.
The boot disc,
which
contained very specific configurations of 2 files: autoexec.bat and config.sys.
Oh my God, you're already putting me to sleep. I hate that shit. You're talking about IRQs and DMAs.
Yes, exactly. And
it was impossible, basically.
Figuring out how to play any game basically meant deciphering this bizarre fucking code in those 2 fucking files and trying to figure out how you could free up enough of your 640K conventional memory to load your CD-ROM driver, your sound driver, and your mouse driver into the same 640K memory space, and then still have enough. Remember EMM 386, anybody?
Oh, God.
And still having enough memory to then load the game and shit. That's what you did. And you'd have like a boot disc for TIE Fighter. You'd have like a fucking, a King's Quest 5 fucking boot disc, that kind of shit.
Dude, I remember now. I remember the whole fucking, I had a whole like little, one of those containers full of hand-labeled boot discs.
Yeah, tons of them.
That would be part of the install process, would be create a boot disk.
Yeah, that was the last fucking step, was to create a fucking boot disk. You had to boot your machine into a completely unique hardware and memory state every time that you want to play a game. And a unique hardware and memory state specific for the game that you wanted to play.
Dude, no wonder we were so into the games we played and we'd be so down with them, because it was like, we grateful.
Yes,
like,
it was
we the best gameplay.
It was always somewhat of a minor miracle if you could even get a game to run at all.
At all. At
Period.
all. Dude, I will remember, shout out to my pops. I remember one of the best things he ever did for me. He said, all right, what I'm talking about is when he had to call fucking Interplay support to get Stonekeep working. And the tech support, Interplay support, sat on the phone for like 2 hours talking through like exactly which, because nothing in the manual worked. There was no internet guide to look it up. It just didn't exist. So in order to get Stonekeep working, we had to actually call Interplay support, have this dude walk us through trying various IRQ and DMA settings to get the right Sound Blaster 16 config to get Stonekeep to work. Like, it was such a crapshoot. The fact that when a game actually booted and you saw that logo screen and heard the general MIDI, you were like, holy shit. Just the fact that it was booted was enough to be like, yo. Dude, and I feel like that's why we got so dedicated.
Yeah, of course. It was fucking unbelievable. Dude, shout out to the LucasArts fucking tech support people.
Oh my God.
The only reason that I know as much about computers as I do now is because I started off being taught by the LucasArts tech support people and them teaching me how to make a fucking boot disk and teaching me how to get their games fucking running. That right there was the beginning of all my knowledge on fucking about PCs and shit. Right there.
Yeah. They knew their fucking shit.
Yeah, they absolutely did. But what I was talking about, the reason that one of the main reasons anyway that we were using fucking keyboard only to play Doom is because most of the time, if you wanted to have sound in Doom, you did not have enough memory left to load your fucking mouse driver. So the only option was to use the fucking keyboard. The only option was to use the fucking keyboard, or if you had a sound card, you could also use your joystick, because the joystick connected to the game port jack on your sound card in order to fucking get signal, and it did not require a driver. And we're back.
All right. It's a little technical mishap, but we're good. Okay, yeah, so that explains why I used to use a joystick when playing Doom. Yes,
exactly. And that also explains how... this is how you can spot anybody who's a really old school gamer. And it's if they fucking invert.
Oh my God! See, we're always going to get on this. We're always going to get on this issue.
Oh no!
Always going to get on this issue because I invert on controller, but I don't invert on mouse. And the reason is because
me too.
No, you invert on your mouse.
No, I don't.
What? I thought you invert on your mouse.
I used to a long time ago, but I don't invert the mouse anymore. I only invert the controller.
Oh, holy shit! Wow, I thought you still inverted the mouse. I remember you giving me tons of shit about that.
No, it's because I'll tell you what stopped me from doing it. It's when I started playing World of fucking Warcraft.
Well, my shit is inverted on World of Warcraft. It functions inverted.
Your mouse?
If I right click and drag down, it moves the camera up. It looks to the sky.
You're really kind of slaughtering my whole point here, by the way.
But it's so funny that like I invert look like that. Like so when you right click your mouse and you drag down, it looks at the ground.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's so funny. Because like when I play FPSs, I do not invert because Half-Life was the first FPS I got crazy into with a mouse, and that does not invert by default. And I with WoW though, anything where it's like with WoW, because it's not the same, I can definitely invert look like that. So like when I drag down, I look at the sky in WoW. When I drag up, I look at the ground.
One of us is being crazy right now, and I'm going to figure out which one it is.
Maybe I'm wrong. Let me think.
I think that you're wrong. I'm going to test this right now.
No, I guess you're right. I guess I don't invert in WoW.
No.
I guess when I drag up, it looks at the sky, and I would drag down, it looks at the ground. I guess you're right. I don't remember changing to invert in WoW, so I think you're right.
Yeah, if you click in the left mouse button and push the mouse up, it looks up. And if you click the left mouse button and pull the mouse down, it looks down.
Yeah, you must be right.
It's absolutely just been a while. No, and the point is that we still on the joysticks, the mini joysticks on a fucking controller, It's always inverted. And that, for me at least, stemmed from the fact that I had to play TIE Fighter and X-Wing with a fucking joystick.
Right.
And that got me used to it being, reverse flight controls, obviously, and I've never fucking been able to switch back. Definitely not on a fucking on a controller at all.
No, on a controller, it just makes way more sense to me to invert. I cannot understand how people play non-inverted on a. But the thing is, I don't remember how I did. Well, Doom, there was no look, so I didn't use look when I used a joystick.
Yeah, it was all 2D movement. Yeah.
With TIE Fighter, I cannot remember. And like Descent.
Oh, Descent's a good. That's a good point too. That one really fucks it up. I wonder what I used. I must have been using inversion in Descent because you're technically flying in that game. So.
Yeah, dude. Speaking of Doom, have you ever heard of the subreddit It Runs Doom?
No, but I bet it's fucking fantastic.
Go to r It Runs Doom. Okay. Go check that shit out. It's literally a subreddit just of people. Here's my Christmas tree running Doom. Someone who had like LED lights on their Christmas tree and got it to run Doom. Dota 2 runs Doom. Retro Mini Chinese GBA clone runs Doom. It runs on the Ethereum blockchain. Like, this is freaking crazy. The things that people do here.
Right now. I mean, I'm sub to Doom and Brutal Doom, of course, but
what's Brutal? Go to the top of all time. Let's see what the top of all time is here.
Hold on. You just said what's Brutal Doom. 1 second. Open up your fucking Skype chat and get ready for a fucking link.
Okay.
All right. Go look at this shit. This mod is so good that it single-handedly has completely not just 100%, 1,000% revived my interest in original Doom, which, like, I mean, which had never completely fallen away to begin with. By the way, I still played it pretty frequently anyway. But Jesus Christ, dude.
Whoa. I'm just watching the version 2.0 official trailer.
You mean 20?
Oh, version 20.
Yeah. Yeah,
whoa.
That's the link that I just sent you.
Do they have new weapons?
Yeah, he adds tons of new weapons and all this new balancing shit. Dude, he included an entire new Doom 2 campaign where it follows you from Mars and the space station back onto Earth and then through hell and back. It's a whole new campaign he wrote where there's NPC Marines that you can order around and follow you like a squad.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa, holy shit. You can like give the sprites? That is cool.
Oh, yeah. In one of the newer versions, you can even pick up wounded guys and use them as a body shield or like throw them and like blow them away while they're flying in the air and shit.
Oh my god, this is so cool. Holy shit. Although it's like, how much different does hell really look from Mars though? Let's be real.
A lot. A lot. Absolutely.
I mean, does it? I remember just being like, all right, let me kill some more of the same dudes I already knew. Wow, God. Man, the pixel work is really good.
It's phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal. I love this so much that I subscribed to him on Patreon and gave him $5 a month.
Wow. Oh my God, the plasma gun effects.
Dude, like you can do shit like you can pick up the Mancubus flame weapon and use it. You can pick up the homing weapons from the what are they fucking called? They're Revenants?
Yeah.
It's really fucking, it's fantastic.
P.S. This is a carry strap, not a testicle. That's really funny. Yeah, there's like insta-kill, like finishing moves and stuff.
Yeah, this is unfucking real.
Wow, I really want to play this.
It's so fucking good. It's so fucking good.
What version is it actually on? I see version 21 here.
Yeah, it's on version 20. I think version 21 is still in beta. But I've been playing it for a couple months, and it's just
I can't believe the new guns.
It's just phenomenal.
This is so cool.
Yeah. Are you at the point where they're showing him using the new chainsaw yet?
Whoa, I saw chainsaw. This is just some green plasma gun.
Yeah.
What is he shooting with this thing? Is it a Mancubus? It is a Mancubus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god, dude! There was a clip of Dead Simple or something that looked like Dead Simple. Oh, he's holding the guy. He just threw him.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, it's unfucking believable how good this shit is, and it's almost a legitimate phenomenon. Like there's been PC Gamer articles on it and shit. It's all over the place.
Whoa, there's a sniper rifle?
Yeah.
Holy shit! Oh my god, he's driving a tank. Are you fucking joking?
It's really, it really completely changes what you would think Doom.
Oh my god, what is the name of the dudes who res other dudes?
Archviles.
Archvile, yeah.
Those are so difficult to deal with because they pretty much almost one-shot you unless you can line of sight them. That's the only way you can not get hit by their flame attack is to line of sight them. Which is completely fucking crazy, yeah.
Oh my, is this free?
Yeah, of course. moddb.com/BrittleDoom.
Damn, son. Wow, see, this is why I can't wait to have a computer and just like go to Chicago and just be like, all right, well, I'm going full antisocial for the rest of my life. I'm going to build a nice computer and just disappear and dig back into everything I missed out on for the last 10 years.
Oh my god, there's so much shit that we could spend 4 hours of me just listing off stuff that you missed that you need to play. Like something that came out semi-recently that I never finished that I'm getting into back on PC again is Prey. Have you even heard of Prey?
Yeah.
Prey is fucking, oh god, it's so good. It's by the Arcane Studios, the same people that did Dishonored and Dishonored 2, both of which, if you have not played, should be on your list of stuff to get into when you can.
Oh, which I have seen. But, this is another place where we diverge because, you're like, oh, play Prey, and I'm like, I want to play PUBG and Fortnite.
Yeah. Oh, God. Whereas, I can't imagine what would be appealing about being griefed by people 24/7. I don't
Because to
understand
me, I want to just be the griefer. There's nothing more fun for me. I got addicted to it back in the Counter-Strike days when I was so fucking good. I used to be able to no-scope people with the AWP on CS Militia across the fucking map. And I never got over the feeling of people being like, you're using hacks. Or going intentionally setting the filters on something like GameSpy Arcade to only use friendly fire maps and immediately killing everyone on my team. Just massacring my team. Why? Just because, just to watch the world burn.
Well, of course.
Everyone... Why are you playing on a friendly fire map if you don't want to do it? It was just so great.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Why would you play on a friendly fire map if that wasn't your intention?
No, you could set the flags to only find friendly fire maps that didn't ban for friendly fire kills. And then just wait there with your mouse trained on someone else on your team with them knowing that the moment it went, okay, let's go, it would just go blam, blam, blam. Terrorists win. That shit was so awesome. What the fuck, dude? Why'd you fucking kill me? What the fuck?
Oh my god, dude, did you see Drake streaming on playing fucking Fortnite recently?
Yeah, this is on my list.
Is it really?
This dude Ninja has managed to go from what I'm told by my buddy who actually works in esports. He works for ESL, and I'm told that Ninja was like nobody, and he started playing Fortnite, and apparently Epic approached him and just started sponsoring him basically, and that stream was the number one, if I'm not mistaken, it was at least the number one non-esports Twitch stream of all time. That dude is now making $500,000 a month on his subscribers alone. $500,000.
If I got $500,000 one time, I feel like I would not have to ever do anything else ever.
A month, dude. Well, obviously, Epic put that shit together. They put that whole stream together. Clearly.
Yeah. So you think he's an industry plant, is what you're saying? Ninja's an industry plant.
Well, I mean, it's not like he knows Drake or this NFL guy or whatever.
Well, no. Obviously, Epic put the Drake stream together. But I thought you were saying I thought you were saying Epic specifically put this dude together.
No, I think he was there, and I think they saw an opportunity with someone who was streaming Fortnite occasionally early, and they were like, we'll pay you to only stream Fortnite and make it big. And I not only know Fortnite, but really want to play it because this dude gave it the publicity to get it onto my radar.
Which is pretty impressive if you think about it, considering that how hard a lot of video games nowadays would have to be pushing and in the right places to even get it on your radar. Because your radar is usually so unbelievably narrow in focus.
Wonky. Oh, yeah.
It's just so narrow. Whereas, like, for me, anything that involves video games, I'm probably going to at least hear about.
Right. And I don't, because I'm just not on the up and up, and I go to gaming subreddits. I'm just like, this sucks. Goodbye. So it has to be like, I had to hear that shit like 30 times before I was like, all right, what the fuck is Fortnite?
Do you play it on your phone?
And then I found out, actually, the beta is out, and I fucking signed up to be invited.
I figured that you would. So this brings me to something that's actually on my list is, I think that you should be a Twitch streamer. I think that, I mean, aside from the fact that your current situation makes that not really possible, but just in general, I feel like you would be the type of personality to be very good at that. If you didn't get yourself banned within the first 5 minutes, that is.
What can get you banned? Well, first of all,
pretty much anything that you would do, I would think. That you personally would do.
I mean, can you use profanity?
Well, of course. Yeah. But I mean, actually, I'm pretty sure, like, I think they've been cracking down on things like drunk streams or obviously drunk streams, but I don't know. That's not something that I know too much about. But the last time I mentioned this to you, you brought up one of the reasons that you wouldn't be into it was that you just felt like that sort of whole online gaming streaming culture right now is just too toxic, really, to even be remotely worth being involved in it.
Oh, I changed my mind big time. I seriously am like dead ass about like, if I'm going to be getting into all these games, I should be streaming it, and at least have the opportunity to give it a shot and see. I mean, I'm able to talk to an audience very easily, especially if they're not talking back. I mean, I'm looking at some of these people with their Let's Plays and shit, and these streamers who just go on, and they're so obnoxious and annoying. Dude, yeah. And I like to think I can at least communicate better than. And they're making mad bank. I could put in a couple hours a night on camera and be like, hey, what's up, guys? All right, you're going to watch me learn how to play this game and really suck. Dude, for a little while.
You absolutely you should try doing that. Absolutely. Especially if you're not of the opinion that it's too fucking toxic and nightmarish to even go anywhere near. Which I mean, I'm kind of still
toxic,
of that.
But there's money.
Yeah, exactly. And it's definitely toxic, but it's not toxic enough to make it not worth the money or the opportunity to get the money anyway. Which I suppose is probably the whole point.
Of course. Plus, I also think there's something charming about it. It's like, look, if people want to watch me play fucking video games, I certainly wouldn't mind. I like an audience a lot.
Yes, clearly. And I feel like you do good with an audience. Where so many of these people, like you said, I usually spend my time while I'm working anyway, listening to podcasts and shit like that. But occasionally, some video that's it's usually like a clip of someone's stream where they're talking about something that I might be interested in. And that's how I end up seeing some of these people. And I'm always blown the fuck away by how unbelievably boring and lacking in charisma of any sort these people are. And I'm thinking, how the fuck are these people getting?
Yeah, and they're making bank.
Yeah, not just how are they getting any audience whatsoever, but how are people like fans of these guys? I mean, there's certain people that I can legitimately, even if I don't like them, I understand why at least they have gotten attention. Like, you're familiar with Dr. Disrespect, right?
Yeah, we talked about this.
Yeah.
Last week he got swatted.
Yeah, and which should not laugh about that, but.
Well, I mean, fuck that. That dude sounds like a piece of shit.
Yeah, I mean, exactly.
No one getting swatted sucks. That is not a laughing matter. But that dude is a piece of shit.
Yeah, exactly. So,
from what you tell me, anyway, he sounds. I mean, I looked him up. He looks like Dr. Douchebag.
Yeah, he absolutely does. And but the thing is, you can at least understand why he would get attention, right?
I mean, I guess.
Well, I mean, he's wearing like a funny little costume and shit. And he's always in character, acting like a douche.
Wear a costume. Like, I won't wear a costume.
I'm not telling you to wear a costume. All I'm saying is that compared to most of the fucking milquetoasts out there fucking streaming and shit on Twitch, this guy, by comparison, I can at least kind of understand how maybe he would have an audience, right?
Yeah. I mean, I've got a loud mouth. I got a lot of tattoos. I got a lot of things to say. I mean, I could.
Yes,
like,
that's what I'm saying. You, at the very least, you have
stand
a
out.
lot of things to say.
Yeah, I got a lot of things to say. I mean, I can just rant on and on. You know, if I like the game, I'll have a lot to say. If I hate the game, I'll have a lot to say. If I'm doing well, I'll have a lot to say. If I'm doing well, I'll have a lot to say. I'm very good at talking shit. I'm also not a sore loser. Like I can get shitty about losing without actually taking it personally, which I think also can make for good communication. So yeah. I mean, you know, listen, that's part of my idea. You know, the PC that I build, I want to build with streaming in mind and immediately get going with the Twitch channel.
Yeah, and so basically the point we're making is, ladies and gentlemen, get ready. Bobby Bao is coming to a Twitch stream near you someday
coming to
soon.
a Twitch stream near you, yeah. Because if I'm going to be playing these games, if I have an apartment to myself, just be me and my cats and some stupid video game. I mean, there's so many games I want to get into. Oh my God, Subnautica. Do you know about Subnautica?
I don't think so. No.
Subnautica it's sort of like an FPS Minecraft and an entire ocean planet all underwater, except it actually has a story and a beginning, middle, and end.
All right, I'm looking at it on Steam right now.
It looks amazing, and when I watched the Zero Punctuation review, it sold me. I hadn't watched. Shout out Yahtzee. I hadn't watched Zero Punctuation.
Oh my God, dude! 100% shout out fucking Yahtzee. Oh my God, absolutely.
Yo, shout out Yahtzee. I want to read his new book. Oh my God.
Have you read any of his previous ones? Me neither. Me neither.
But his new one,
I feel like they would be good.
An Audible. It's like an Audible only about like.
Oh my God, this looks fucking cool as shit,
dude! Right? It looks dope. Subnautica looks fucking awesome.
I mean, there's some crazy shark type shit. He's got like this weird propeller knife. He's cutting. Yeah. He's cutting shit off of. Oh, I get it. So what? Like you're trapped under here, and like you need to use shit to try to build a base and survive, or something. Is that what's going on?
Well. You have to gather shit to build the base in order to go further into the ocean to find the shit you need to get off the planet. So that's where the base building comes into play.
That's what I like, is when it's not just like, hey, here's a sandbox, build a base, because what else are you going to do? No, I like when there's some sort of plot-based impetus to get you to go do that. And this looks interesting. Is this on early access right now?
Well, I really want to know how it is without knowing. I don't want to know too much about it though, because just the Zero Punctuation review alone made me be like, I really want to experience this.
Oh, it only came out like 2 months ago.
So you're downloading Radiant Historia on Steam. Or wait, Radiant Historia is the game I'm looking at. Subnautica on Steam. Great. Let's add that to your little Steam account.
Yeah, stop moving. You're breaking up.
It's just Polish internet.
Oh, God damn it.
That's my new band name.
That's actually a great band name.
People would be like, what's Polish internet?
That's so true.
Yeah, seriously. That's the worst part about all the most awesome words in Polish, is that any of them would never be able to be said without totally fucking up the pronunciation. Even the most simple shit, like schlug, is like the super slang term for cigarette, but it's S-Z-L-U-G. So people are like, what's slug? Like, schlug.
Schlug.
If we're like, we want to smoke, people will be like, yo, schlug time.
Schlug
That's
time.
how we say we want to smoke. We're like, yo, schlug time. Czasna szluga. Schlug time.
Szluga.
Czasna szluga.
Okay.
Schlug time. It's like the most Soviet-sounding word ever.
That's unbelievably Soviet-sounding.
And talk a little bit more about how I went to IEM, which is fucking awesome. So I guess we didn't really get that much into it, but that was to talk about the Ninja and Drake thing, so we kind of went in a reverse segue. Because IEM, like Crossfire and PUBG were those two games. Crossfire is like Counter-Strike, but at hyperspeed, and apparently it's super popular in Asia. I was never familiar with it before.
No,
it's
I've
like
never heard of it either.
2-minute hyperspeed matches of Counter-Strike. And then PUBG, obviously.
2-minute matches?
Dying to play. Yeah, like 2-minute matches. Maybe it's just because they were at pro level, but it was like really small maps, very fast gameplay, very easy to die.
Really? It's just 2-minute matches? I mean, that sounds like there might be actually something kind of to that, to be completely honest.
The matches happened so quickly. They were doing like best of 30. Something like that. It was fucking crazy.
Man, your internet is really fucking your shit up right now.
Is it?
Well, now you sound better. Oh, dude, I've just been meaning to ask you this in general. Have you seen any of the new Star Wars movies?
I saw Force Awakens, and I only saw Rogue One when I was so drunk that I slept through half of it and hated it. So I told you I still need to watch it again.
You absolutely do, because I maintain that not only is Rogue One a fantastic movie, but it is one of the best Star Wars movies ever made.
That's so crazy.
Like
I think it's on Netflix.
I think, yeah, it actually it is. And I put that like right up there with the original trilogy. Like, it is fucking phenomenal how good the fucking movie is. The entire story is brilliant. The writing is brilliant. Shout out Gary Whitta. All the performances are fucking fantastically done. And it's paced perfectly. Some people, you could say that Forrest Whitaker is a little bit of a fucking but I like him in it. And also fucking Donnie Yen. Shout out fucking Ip Man.
Oh yeah, dude. Donnie Yen
Shout
is
out
in that
motherfucking
shit.
Ip Man with the Force, G.
Yeah,
totally fucking
Donnie
awesome.
Yen.
And the ending is perfect. Is absolutely fucking perfect. No, I mean that's an amazing thing to see at the end, which is one of the only depictions of Darth Vader in the Star Wars series, in the whole Star Wars canon, where he actually, I find to be legitimately terrifying. There's other parts, sure, where he's sinister, or maybe he's a little scary, or, he's disturbing or whatever. He's choking the guy like, I find your lack of faith disturbing, blah, 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 like that shit. That's disturbing, whatever. There's a bunch of scenes where he's doing stuff like that. But in the end of Rogue One, he's legitimately fucking terrifying. And
I just remember
fantastic.
Waking up halfway through it being like, oh man, look at CGI Tarkin and Leia, and then waking up at the Darth Vader scene and being like, this is so fucking stupid. And then the credits rolled, and I was like, I'm out.
Yeah, you need to rewatch it. You need to rewatch it because it's absolutely fucking fantastic. And also, to be clear, when I said the ending is great, I meant how the film, how the story ends, not the end scene. Which the end scene, like I said, is fantastic, but how the film and the whole story ends and brings that whole thing to a close is perfect. It's fantastic. So, you absolutely need to see that again. But so you haven't seen The Last Jedi?
No, I missed it, sadly. I don't want to know anything about that.
Okay, so
Although you already told me how you feel about it, I don't want to know anything about what happened.
I think it's total shit.
I really want. See, that's a lot different from what you said originally. Total shit is. But did you like Force Awakens though?
I liked Force Awakens. I did not think that it was great, but I liked it.
See, I thought Force Awakens was fucking spectacular.
Really?
I absolutely loved Force Awakens. Oh my god, I thought Force Awakens was so good. I thought Rey and Finn were such great characters. Rey is such an incredible heroine. I thought the way they brought Han and Chewie back in was dope. I thought there were only a couple missteps that weren't great. I thought the fact that it tread on ground that had already been tread on was not a big deal. I thought
how everybody says it was like a form copy of A New Hope?
I don't think it was a form copy. I think that it wasn't even like paying homage. I feel like it was opening up a new story in a familiar way, but it went in many different places. Like it had elements that were familiar, but the story was fucking different.
But it's
like
that aspect that you're saying you didn't mind.
I don't mind it. It's like if you put on a completely different play in the same set pieces, is it the same play? No. Like, I mean, I guess that's a little bit of a stretch, but like, Starkiller Base versus the Death Star, it's like, yeah, it's the Death Star, like, on hyperoids. Like, okay.
My feeling is that was the fact that it so closely mirrored all the plot points of the pacing of A New Hope. That's fucking fine. A New Hope was a perfectly paced fucking movie. A New Hope is New Hope is an absolutely incredible achievement in filmmaking. It's perfect in almost every fucking respect. So to mirror or even like use the pacing and like the the whole flow of the story and shit like that, to use that as from the New Hope as a basis for a film is totally fine. And that is not that has nothing to do with the problems that I thought were present in Force Awakens. The fact that they, that they took that from New Hope is not what makes Force Awakens weak in the areas that
what
I feel
is
it's weak. And all right, to be clear, this might, obviously this is completely subjective, but it might just be like a personal problem that I have with it. I don't know, but at the end, it also might be partially because I'm so familiar with the extended universe and with Grand Admiral Thrawn and all that stuff, and basically how all the characters progressed and what their lives turned into and what they did after the end of Return of the Jedi had pretty much been completely fleshed out in my mind. So maybe it was comparing that to what they chose to do with it that threw me off. I don't know. But tell me this. In the beginning of Force Awakens, were you of the opinion that the Republic's victory had been total and complete? Or the Rebel Alliance victory, rather, had been total and complete, and they had reestablished the New Republic, and they were now the new dominant force in the galaxy, and the Empire was only a few little, holdouts here and there, kind of struggling in futility against trying to, fuck up the New Republic? Or were you of the opposite impression?
Well, at the end of Return of the Jedi, I was of that opinion, but Force Awakens quickly established that was not the case. And let me just say, I am also intimately familiar with the expanded universe, and it's only because they announced that they were wiping it clean so far in advance that I was able to go in with a fresh head. And also, you know what? They also kind of borrowed some shit from it. Like, okay, y'all kid is an evil fucking Sith motherfucker or whatever. Like, yeah, I know. Like, I was reading that when I was like 12 years old. It was Anakin Solo? Like, wasn't that the one? Isn't that the one that went bad? Or was it Jason? I don't
remember. I stopped reading those novels before. When it got to like Jedi Twins, the novel, that's when I was like, all right.
That was Jason and Jaden, and then they had a third kid, Anakin, and one of them went Sith.
Oh, shit. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
One of them went Sith. Dude, I read all that shit, dude. I know all about Mara Jade. I know all about that fucking shit. And I was so pissed when they got rid of it, but I dealt with it. And it was okay. I didn't mind.
Yeah, I don't care that they got rid of. I don't care that they got rid of it either, because I already read the books. I enjoyed that story. If they want to tell a different one, fucking fine. I don't care.
I was okay with the fact that they sort of changed it to be like, okay, even we're talking like 30 years later, the Empire is still trucking, because that was a big ass empire, and we're talking about like a random mass militia that managed to blow up a couple of their big bases, kill their leader, but it doesn't mean it all went under. That wouldn't even make any sense in retrospect. I mean, I'm also biased because I really love how the film panned out. I think the last scene of the film was absolutely spectacular. Like, fucking unbelievably amazing. What was the last scene? The last scene, well, I mean, obviously we're way past spoilers at this point. Well, the last scene is
I don't
Rey,
care about spoiling it for someone who hasn't seen it over the past, like,
the last scene is Rey arriving at Luke's little island, and there's not a line of dialogue.
Yes, and she hands him the fucking shield of the lightsaber.
She fucking reaches out with the lightsaber, and he reaches out with his cybernetic hand, and then it cuts.
Yes. Yeah, that is fucking phenomenal.
Not a single word. She lands on this weird island in the middle of nowhere, and they don't say a word. It's like, here, motherfucker, let's go. I'm dying to see Last Jedi because I know it's all them training and shit together. I want to see that shit.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sad for you, dude. I'm so sad for you. I forgot that you had loved Force Awakens that much. I had forgotten that.
I love Force Awakens. I think it's so awesome. I even think
God.
CGI shit. I even think Mom and her whatever, and her stupid fucking Mos Eisley Cantina, also great. Also great. Like, I even think Kylo Ren, like, I think that Adam Driver both is the worst. Like, the thing is, Anakin, Hayden Christensen, there could never be a worse casting. Like, I think Adam Driver did a great.
There could never be a worse casting.
Adam Driver did a great job. He just doesn't look particularly evil.
Yeah, that's my problem with him too. Is that and especially even in Last Jedi, I think he did a fucking great job. I think he did a great fucking job. But he just looks kind of like a tool.
No, dude. He doesn't look like,
looks like a tool. I'm sorry. He just doesn't scare me.
He looks like a school shooter.
Yes, exactly. He looks like a school shooter. He doesn't look like the scary Sith Lord. He looks like an emo school shooter who's going to throw a tantrum and bring an Uzi to your next fucking big empire
make
get-together.
A video about how Marilyn Manson and Droom do it. Droom. Droom 2. Droomer. Droom 3. Guess Droom's back. Oh my god. I mean, but fucking Daisy Ridley, awesome. I had some issues. I had plenty of issues with like this motherfucker using a lightsaber, Daisy Ridley able to battle him. But I read enough shit online where I was able to be like, you know what? I could deal with this. Like, okay, fucking Kylo was injured previously, so that's why he couldn't fight to full capacity. Okay, cool. You know, I was able to get past all the stuff that I consider to be like hardcore plot holes. Yeah. And really just like I've seen it many times now, and every time I'm like, I can't believe how good this is.
That does it. That you've just told me what I'm going to be doing when we finish doing this is I'm gonna watch Force Awakens again.
Good. Oh
because
my God,
it's been a long time. I've had it on in the background many times. You know, I've picked up pieces of it here and there a lot, but it's been a long time since I sat and just paid attention to it and watched it from start to finish. So
I will tell you this. When I saw it the first time, I missed it in theaters because I was so done with Star Wars. And some girl I was dating was like, no, let's fucking watch it. And it was on my 27-inch little IMAX screen. And I put it on, and at the end of it, all I said was like, I am so fucking sad I did not take the time to see that in the theater. And I'm sad about that for Last Jedi too, because I had the opportunity. But with this, I was so pissed because it's so fucking cinematic. The fight scenes are awesome. There's just enough Star Wars comedy. Dude, they get on the Falcon. They turn on the fucking, God, what's the hologram game called? Whatever. They turn on the hologram game. And it's right at the same move that they left off at when they shut it off last time. That's awesome. What a great touch.
I mean, that is. And like you're reselling me on that movie. Now I'm thinking like I'm thinking that the badness of Last Jedi was so very that it in turn tarnished my opinion of The Force Awakens. And
just try to get past the things with like Finn using lightsaber and Daisy Ridley being able to fight.
I don't give a shit about that stuff.
Bypass all that. Let that shit go.
Those minor little plot points, that's ridiculous nitpicking.
No, it's great. It feels like Star Wars. It feels like
that's the thing. Yes, it feels like Star Wars.
To life. That's such a Star Wars thing to happen.
Of course it is. No, it's the problems that I have with it are much more ephemeral, maybe if that's the right word, than these very specific little bits of minutia or plot holes and shit that the internet has been complaining about.
And that's me.
Yeah, I couldn't be fucked about that kind of shit.
Excuse me, I don't think that her Force attunement is at the point where she would be able to defeat a level 6 Sith Lord in a high-stakes battle. That's me. That seriously is me on the inside. I straight up think things like that. And I dig through 100 threads until I get an answer that I'm satisfied with.
I noticed that shit too, but it just doesn't. I don't know. It depends on the thing, to be completely honest, because I don't really care about. I don't really care about a lot of that shit. I don't really care about a lot of that shit, but I do notice things like I'm pretty sure that we've been led to believe that if you're not at least Force sensitive, you couldn't even wield a lightsaber without like killing yourself.
Right,
so
but he's
what
just
the
like
fuck
kind of
is he
whacking
doing?
away with it, and like that shit bugged me. But like I read enough stuff on Reddit to really make me be like, it's okay and deal with it. Plus, I think the character of Finn as like a stormtrooper gone bad is dope.
Phenomenal. It's phenomenal.
It's dope. And like him and Poe is such a great side character. It's just like, cool. We got this starship pilot who's a badass, who's just like a good guy. Cool. Who fucking cares? It's Star Wars. It's supposed to be like super fantasy. And I think that Rey is just such a great fucking character. I think she's so great to take up the mantle and be the next one.
I absolutely love Rey. I mean, like all the casting, all of it it's phenomenal. It's like I said, that's the little bits of minutia and stuff are not the problems I have with it. It's weird things that are hard to describe, like the pacing of a lot of it and like the feel of it. It seems weird at some, like, all right, tell me this. When they show the whole threat of Starkiller Base and everything, and they have to go get it and take it out, whatever. Take it out, do their stuff,
and do your stuff, do your thing, do your stuff.
It doesn't seem. It feels like they pulled that threat out of their ass like 5 minutes before the end of the movie, and it's like, oh, here's this big thing that's gonna fucking do the same thing that the Death Star did. Let's go take it out again. It didn't feel even close to as threatening or real as the Death Star did. It just felt like this rando plot point that was conjured up for the sake.
It is, and I mean,
like
it is like
it felt like a plot MacGuffin, is what it felt like. There was no gravitas to it,
for sure.
There was no
the issue that I think
3.
that what they do. I have to watch it again to be sure. I think what they do to make it okay is have Kylo Ren be such a big deal and such a big point. Is that there's this heavy, heavy emotional connection that didn't exist until Return of the Jedi in the original trilogy. There was a heavy emotional connection with the villain. We've got not one but 2 characters who are like, we fucked up, and we've also got the phantom of Luke being like, yo, not only are they fucked up, but Luke is gone because he created this villain. It's so much of the context of the original trilogy, which is part of what the prequel trilogy was lacking. Is that it gave no fucks about the original trilogy.
Well, we'll save the prequel trilogy for next or a later time.
Oh god, that one can fuck off.
I'll tell you just quickly. When we were so excited. I remember standing outside that fucking theater, so excited to go watch it.
What, for Phantom Menace?
For Phantom fucking Pice, yes.
Oh my
god. I remember after we were walking to the car after seeing it, I was with Neil and Dave, a few other people, whatever, and I was trying to, you know what you do when I was trying to convince myself that, like, trying to slow my breathing, like, no. It's okay. It's okay.
It was good, right?
It was good. It was good. Like doing that.
Pod race, great.
Yeah, like trying to fucking convince myself. And I went on doing that for maybe a few days. And it wasn't until Neil turned to me when I said something about it, and I brought it up. He turned to me and just looked at me and he said, dude, it was heresy. and And right then and there, I knew that I could no longer continue to try and make apologies for it. And it really, the full weight of just how severe and wrong the crime that movie had committed by existing was. It was then that it really fully fucking hit me.
It was awful. Dude, I was 12 years old and I had been waiting for that shit I was still 12. I've been waiting for it for years since it was announced, and it broke my fucking heart. I was in the theater at 12 years old, and when the pod race was happening, and there was no music or no anything, and the CGI was garbage, and I was looking at it, and my heart was broken. I was like, I can't believe that Star Wars sucks. I had seen all of the special editions in theaters, loved them. Even though I thought the CGI was terrible, I still enjoyed it. Yeah. I should have seen the writing on the wall. I should have seen the writing on the wall in the fucking special editions with all the garbage CGI. But Phantom Menace, that broke me. Dude, I didn't watch Attack of the Clones, and I still don't think I've even seen Sith all the way through. I've just watched scenes of it. I watched Attack of the Clones with you in your room at Western Ave for the first time.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. You made me sit down and watch it, and I couldn't deal with it. Why did I do that? Watching those 2 idiots play crazy taxi in a hovercraft was too much for me. I was like, this is not Star Wars. This is Life as a House in costume. It's terrible.
It's so
oh my god.
So fucking bad.
Life as a House is a better movie
than
Attack of the Clones.
Oh, absolutely.
At least Kevin Kline is in
with
Life as a House.
Ninja Yoda, Ninja CG Xbox Yoda. versus
Yeah,
Count
like
Dooku,
Xbox.
the fucking scary
Count
Sith Lord whose name
Dooku.
sounds like a baby's word for
Duke.
shit. You know,
Yeah,
like,
Dude, I call shit Duk all the time.
yeah, like get the fuck out of here. But back
drop
to
a
my
tuk-tuk.
my point was, and about just like the lack of a lot of fucking appropriate gravitas and shit for a lot of this shit in Force Awakens. Think about this. If you took Starkiller Base out of Force Awakens, it would be the same movie. Nothing would be different.
Is that the? See, I can't remember it well enough to fucking tell you, bro.
And
I gotta rewatch this shit. We gotta go back. We gotta
just
revisit.
completely remove it and that's it. No, I'm saying like if you replace Starkiller Base with just another rando Imperial fucking base on a planet somewhere where they happen to be being held or whatever, it would still be the same fucking movie.
Let's see. Whereas
like the whole fate of the Rebel Alliance and shit is directly tied to whether or not they bring out the Death Star. See, they bring the Death Star in and they bring it in as a plot point in the original in A New Hope. And first they describe how it's terrible, and you're like, oh, well, that doesn't sound too good. And then they they take Leia, a character who you already have a personal and like attachment to, and they make the problem and the threat of the Death Star more real to you by using it to create an event, the destruction of Alderaan, that has a severe impact on a character you care about, right? So then the Death Star becomes more real to you, and the threat, right. you more intimately understand the threat of it, even if it just like, you heard that it, okay, it's theoretically we could blow up any fucking planet, all right, whatever, yeah, like that doesn't sound like something we want to happen, but I don't know how much I necessarily personally care about that. It's like how people in Chicago right now are looking at Kim Jong-un and being like, well, I mean, yeah, it would not be good if he has nuclear weapons, but he can't really hit me from there. Do you know what I mean? It's the same kind of thing.
Yeah, that's totally true. Yeah, they don't. You're right about gravitas.
Yeah, I know. As pretentious and ridiculous as that word is, I mean, it's
really appropriate.
It really is appropriate.
It's like, as stupid as the scene is with Dantooine, they're on Dantooine.
Yeah, they're on Dantooine.
Oh, God. Ugh. Oh, my God. Overacting
there you are, Lord
all
Vader.
over town.
You can be reasonable, and all the stupid Grand Moff Tarkin shit.
Oh, my God.
So they... But... to use to further this the fucking Chicago and Kim Jong-un metaphor. So if you heard that he had you hear he has missiles, but you live in Chicago, it's bad. It's definitely not good. But you don't necessarily really care. You don't have it doesn't personally affect you. But if all of a sudden he launches one and it blows up Hawaii, and you happen to have one of your fucking boys kicking it on Hawaii at the time, oh shit! Now you're a little more concerned. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Let me just, for the record, say that if Kim Jong-un launched a missile, regardless of where I was, I would feel pretty fucked up about it. Of course. I mean, obviously. My hardcore apathy at this point has taken a strange turn to where it is more focused on myself than on others. I have much more compassion for others and much, much less for myself.
I wonder if that's a sign of maturity or the reverse.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I care way less about myself and my own well-being and way more about those of others, including... I mean, if they were like... It
might just mean that you're really fucked up personally also. I'm not sure.
Oh, man. So bent. So bent. Oh, God. Just a mess, dude.
But so what I'm saying is that's how they make the Death Star threat feel real and present.
Right.
There's a state of agency to it, And then they finally bring it around to, all right, now not only is it have this whole fucking presumed implied threat against the whole galaxy, but now it also is directly the thing threatening the very existence of the characters that I have come to care about and whose struggle I now associate with as a result of watching this whole movie, right? The Death Star is a very real, present threat, and you feel it. It's a big fucking deal, right? And the Starkiller Base never moves beyond that existential threat of, oh well, it could blow up other planets. That's
it's crazy. It blows shit up.
Yeah. Oh God, there's some crazy bad people, and they could blow up another planet.
I don't really care that it blew up Leia's fake dad.
I mean, no, you don't really care, but it's part of the Death Star's journey as a character in fucking A New Hope. First, it's a fringe thing that only is very distant threat. Then it gets more real because it affects fucking Leia. And then it finally becomes the centerpiece threat that absolutely must be dealt with.
Well, let's say
because
it affects
they can't
her
not deal with
for I don't want to say literally because I'm not 100% sure, but I also do want to say literally one scene, and then it's never mentioned again. Ever.
Yes. I mean,
do they ever mention the destruction of Alderaan beyond?
Yeah, of course. Yes, they do. Oh, they absolutely do.
When?
That's what I'm saying, kid.
All right,
It's not there.
Hold up.
Alderaan is completely blown to smithereens. Or blown to bits, I think is the fucking...
No, not screenshot, screenplay. Learn to type. A New Hope screenplay. A New Hope script. Okay. Is this it? Awesome. Here we go. All right, let's check.
Dude, they mentioned the fact that...
Oh! Okay. Member of the Alderaan Senate. That doesn't count. I'm on a diplomatic mission to Alderaan. That's the start. Okay. Okay, here's her fucking message. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, fine.
Okay, here's her message to Obi-Wan, and here's Obi-Wan saying, "Come with me to Alderaan," and them having a conversation. Then there's Owen and Beru die. Bowen and Beru Lars die. Owen and Beru Lars die. Owen and Beru Lars die. Owen and Beru Lars die. Drink some blue milk, bitch. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Okay, so we're still on Tatooine. All right, we're still on Mos Eisley Cantina. Do you really think we're going to find a pilot to take us to Alderaan? We're 9 at 25. Han Solo, I'm Captain of the Millennium Falcon. Chewie tells me you're looking for a passage to the Alderaan system. Okay, it's 10 out of 25. Also, isn't it really funny how no one took the time to tell Billy D. Williams not to call him Han? Like... No one was
I've never thought about that before.
Mr. D. Williams, it's hot. Now, here's the real rub. Are they gonna get Childish Gambino to call him Han? Probably.
That's something. I was about to say that I don't think that matters, but how can it not? He has to call him one or the other. He has to.
And
it's either Han or Han.
Now,
either one. He has to choose one.
The real G shit is if they put a quick little plot point in to explain that dumb shit, which clearly was some fucking I don't need a plot
point. He's just a weird fucker from a cloud planet, and he pronounces his name differently. I mean,
was it from a cloud planet? Also, can I say I'm so excited for Solo? I don't know about you. I'm a diehard Childish Gambino fan.
Oh, I love him, dude.
Incredibly excited.
Dude, even his role in The Martian, totally awesome.
Oh my god, he was so good in The Martian.
Have you watched Atlanta? Have you seen Atlanta?
I've seen like the first few episodes.
Oh my god, it's fucking phenomenal, dude. You have to watch that shit.
Am I dropping in and out?
No, you're fine.
A little bit.
You're fine.
All right, as long as I'm not dropping. Okay. Here they're still on. Okay.
Wait, so hold on. You've been rambling about this crap so long. I forgot what your original premise is. That they no longer mention it after they blow it up.
Let me make this point. Yes.
Well, hurry up.
So far, 11 out of 25 mentions of the word Alderaan have all been in Mos Eisley or before. Now we're at the point. Number 12 is set your course for Princess Leia's home planet of Alderaan, because nobody can pronounce anything. Admiral Motti, we've entered the Alderaan system. Great. Okay. No, Alderaan is peaceful. We have no weapons. Can't possibly. God, George Lucas is a terrible writer. Would you prefer another target?
A military target?
Then name the system. Oh my god. Okay, so let's see. Alderaan. Okay, so number 19 of 25 is now these. Remember, some of these are just what is this called? Stage directions. Some of these.
Yeah.
So 19 of 25 is up to the destruction. So here we are. Number 20 is Han saying, anyway, we should be at Alderaan at about 200 hours. Okay, looks like we're coming up on Alderaan. That's 21. Our position is correct, except no Alderaan. That's 22. And then we captured a freighter entering the remains of the Alderaan system. That's when they capture fucking the Falcon. Be patient, Luke. Stay and watch the droids. What? Ben studies the data on the monitor readout. R2 punch. All right, so this is right before. Okay, this is when Obi-Wan leaves them. That's 24. And then 25. All right, so when Obi-Wan leaves them at the Death Star, that's it until they finally get to the outpost. And then one dude says, when we heard about the Alderaan system, we were afraid that you were lost along with your father. And Leia says, we don't have time for our sorrow, Commander. The battle station has surely tracked us here. As I said, my point stands. It's a hardcore plot point. Leia at no point grieves for Alderaan. So it is just as now they build it up better as having some meaning for her, but it's just as fucking useless. Nobody fucking cares that Alderaan is gone. Nobody cares. But nobody gives a fuck. Leia's entire family and everyone she's ever known was absolutely destroyed and vaporized. And she's like, we don't have time for sorrows. I don't know, like anyone that I know.
So what's your point by saying that? That the Death Star is
that much. No, not that it's as much, but it's not that much better in terms of development than Starkiller Base. I don't think Starkiller deserves. I think the only thing Starkiller deserves shit for is the fact that it's definitely a rehash, but it's not. To me, I think rehash is so derogatory. I would much more call it a really fucking pumped up homage. That shit is Death Star 16.
I don't have any problems with what it is or what it was. First of all, it looked fucking awesome.
Yeah, it looked rad as shit.
It was fucking cool as shit. And also Starkiller Base, great.
Awesome.
Great. Like Death Star is cool. Starkiller Base,
ugh.
Dude, I think they're both cool. I like them both.
I mean, Death Star is fine. It sounds like some Japanese visual K band from 2001. Oh, we get Death Star.
I mean, it's pretty fucking cool. But they're both.
It's okay.
Well, anyway, my point being is that it's not Starkiller Base that I have a problem with. It's the thing is that's supposedly the main threat, and it doesn't feel like it at all. That's the problem.
I need to watch it again, and so do you. I need to watch it again to look at these negatives, and you need to watch it again to look at the positives.
All right.
Because and I absolutely am going to have Rogue One. I'm going to watch Rogue One this weekend. Oh God, holy shit! I just pulled up this blanket, and the static went into my ears through the fucking headphones.
Oh, I heard that actually.
Dude, that was the static from a blanket. That was crazy, man. Electricity's fucking wild. Yeah, so, okay. I mean, look, the Star Wars movies are like, A New Hope is like, it's cheesy. Like, Luke looks like a little boy, and he's like...
Dude, look, don't.
I used to bullseye Womp Rats.
My T-16 back home.
Plus, also, I mean, let's be honest. Yeah, Luke is a rookie pilot, but let me ask you, is a 2-meter target really that small? Like, I mean, if you're like a fighter pilot,
that's about 6 feet wide.
It's about 6 feet. Like, are you really? If you're a fighter pilot, like, how big are these targets you're trying to? Other fighters are what? I mean, what? How big? How big is it?
At least 3 times that. 18 feet, probably.
How big? It needs to be at least 3 times bigger. How much has it? How? What is the wingspan of an F-18? Let's find out. Oh wait, let's find out what's a TIE fighter wingspan.
Yeah, I'm sure there's fucking made up statistics on that.
I really would love it if somebody, if my work computer ever was audited, they'd be like, all right, well, I see on this day you were Googling TIE fighter wingspans. Can you explain that? Oh shit. Okay. So the width of a TIE fighter is 6.4 meters. It makes sense. It's about 18 feet. So it's 1/3 the size of a TIE fighter. But seriously, that means that on a TIE fighter, so we can absolutely say in that case, absolutely, the body of a TIE fighter is 2 meters. No question is the body of a TIE fighter any wider than 2 meters. And the struts and the wings, or whatever those things, whatever, the solar panels, whatever that shit is, how does that thing even fly?
It's an ion engine, dude, a twin ion engine.
Is that what the arms are?
I have no idea. If I was going to be
flat panel.
if I was going to
flat panel.
if I was going to be guessing, I would say that those things.
How's your panel?
I would say that those things are solar panels that provide it with fucking power for the internal systems. That would be.
They are the solar energy collectors. 12, 6 per wing panel have solar energy collectors. Solar energy grid monitors, one for each collector. They're energy accumulators.
Okay. Yeah, okay. That's what I'm saying.
All right. Cool. Okay, so I think we're very safe to say that it's 2 meters, 2 meters, 2 meters, and 2 meters. They're trying to suggest that, like, are you trying to just hit a TIE fighter like anywhere? Just like, hit it on the wing. I mean, I guess if you take out any of that shit, it's going
where
down.
could you possibly hit a TIE fighter with a laser blast that wouldn't completely destroy it or render it utterly useless?
Fuck that thing up. That's like hitting a paper airplane with a fucking pile of shit.
Yeah, I mean, so
you shoot a proton torpedo at a TIE fighter,
dude,
that motherfucker's day is getting fucked.
Yeah, there's nowhere that you could hit it that wouldn't do catastrophic damage to it.
Yeah, no, that would suck ass.
Also, especially because of the fact that they don't have any shields. An X-Wing at least has shields on it.
Does it?
Yes, X-Wings have shields. Set your deflectors to double front.
I don't only know about setting your S foils to attack position.
You might set the S foils to attack position, but you also set the deflectors to double front if you're doing a trench run.
Isn't setting the S foils to attack position mean folding the wings into the flat mode?
No, it means opening them.
Oh, so flight mode is flat?
Yeah. When have you ever seen an X-Wing firing with the fucking wings closed?
I don't know. It's so
Never.
dumb when
they look like
closed.
A Z-95 headhunter if you were doing that.
I don't know the Z-95. I know all about Jack
You blew up
Porkins,
plenty of Z-95 headhunters in TIE Fighter for PC, I can tell you that.
Well, I played way more TIE Fighter than I played X-Wing.
Oh, yeah, me too. X-Wing was fucking impossible, and I was trying to play it with a keyboard on a 286.
I liked X-Wing because I really liked playing as A-Wings and B-Wings. I thought that was awesome.
B-Wings were so slow.
So cool.
They were so slow, but an A-Wing was fast as fuck, though. The A-Wing was great.
B-Wing was amazing.
Dude, the B-Wing was the Alliance equivalent of the fucking what were those fucking things called? Oh my god. I have to look it up.
Is it a type of TIE?
No, it's not. It's the other thing. It's the fucking gunship.
The Alliance equivalent? So what was the Horde equivalent?
You mean Empire?
You said the Alliance.
Well, the Rebel Alliance, dude.
They call them the Rebels. Nobody calls it the Alliance.
Okay, you got me. You're right.
Except Blizzard.
You're right. You got me.
Or the Alliance.
Get the fuck out of here, dude. Get the fuck out of here.
Dark Lady, watch over you.
Speak quickly.
Speak quickly. I used to always love that. I used to be like, who's Quigley? Hey, all right.
I'll tell you who Quigley was. He was a fucking weird dog that was played by Gary Busey in a bizarre movie of the same name.
What?
Look it up. I'm telling you.
Dude, I also really liked Mayor Blades Never Dull. It's like, hey, it's me running for office this fall. Mayor Blades Never Dull. That's right. It's me, Blades Never Dull. Mayor Blades Never Dull. Vote me in.
What?
You know Mayor Blades Never Dull?
Oh, yeah.
He's the mayor. Mayor.
Yeah,
Mayor.
No, I get it. Oh, I get
First
it.
name Blades, last name Never Dull. Mayor Blades Never Dull. It's me. Mayor Blades Never Dull. Vote for me. It's awesome. Oh, here's some guy constructing TIE fighters. This dude has a porno stash, and he looks like he's been on coke for like 8 days. Wow, that's dope.
I think they were just called assault gunboats. But they were so...
Yo, that's my new rap name. Yo, it's me. It's Assault Gumbo.
What was your previous rap name?
I don't fucking know. It was something awesing, though.
These
things are so stupid.
I'm pretty sure it was MC Fishbat.
Oh, my God. Of course I do. Well, that's one of many. If I say see you now and you say see you later, 1, 2, play a beta. Dude, in Bespin, Luke fought his father Darth Vader after he kissed his sister, Princess Leia.
Best bar ever.
Topical. Dude, that's really good. That's pretty good, dude. I wrote that bar when I was like 16. That's pretty good. After he kissed his sister, Princess Leia.
Oh my god, dude! Yeah, the assault gunboat was fucking terrible. Oh my god, it was so fucking
stupid
slow.
looking.
It was so slow.
So stupid looking. God, what does this remind me of? Oh, you know what? I guess it just looks like a shuttle, but more made for assault. Dude, it's a shuttle with the wings up.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
Shuttle with the wings up. Shuttle with the wings up. Shuttle with the wings up. Yo, it's the assault gumbo. Shuttle with the wings up. Shuttle.